Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is dedicated to how to sell your house in Calgary here in 5 days. So I'll tell you the tips and tricks how you can do it by yourself in today's video. And just to show you guys, this house that I have listed here at Mahogany, it got an offer after being on the market for 5 days. It sold unconditionally, guys. And in today's video I'll tell you how you can sell your house in 5 days here in Calgary, the same way how I sold this house. I'll tell you everything that I did in order for it to be sold this fast. I just realized how cold it is outside, so I had to run into my car to continue with this video. I probably should have started recording at home, but I was just meeting here with one of the stagers, guys. And that's thing number 2 I want to recommend you guys. Do not cheap out on stagers. So it's really important to have a professional look at your house. Now, I'm a real estate professional with the experience here in Calgary. I'm a licensed realtor, but I'm not a stager. And there are people who specifically stage houses. Of course, they have different reputations, and of course I have a list of people who do that, and I have the contacts that I could provide you with if you were to hire me as your agent. But I want to tell you guys that staging is really important. You know, it's literally nothing. It's literally $150 consultation that would improve your house cost by a lot. It's, you know guys, it's literally nothing compared to what you're going to get once you sell the house, guys. And I hired a stager for that house. Now, we did not bring in any furniture because that would be thousands of dollars. But having a stager, just go in for a staging consultation and see what can be done with what you already have, is a really tiny contribution for a huge advantage of selling your property. And professional realtors, in real estate professionals, they would bring a stager. They would not cheap out on that. And they would get that consultation in for you. It's important to know how your furniture looks better. It's important to know, for example, to remove your personal pictures from the walls, to remove those distractions that would, confuse people. Even like things like portable heaters or portable air conditioners. It creates that pretense of, even if you, for example, guys, even if you feel a little bit cold in your house, having a portable heater is a bad sign that would influence decision of people subconsciously, saying that, hey, look, there must be some problem with heating. It's probably cold in here. That's why they have it here. Same thing with the AC. So it's important not to have those units unvisible. There are a lot of examples that I could bring to the table right now, talking about staging and people's subconscious perception when they see your house. But it's going to be a really long video, guys. But just keep in mind this kind of small things that the stager and a professional one, a really good one, could bring and give you the advantage. You could sell your house for, tens of thousands of dollars more with the stager than potentially without it. Guys, I'm now in energy. Continuing with the video, guys. I'm actually going to be showing this house in about 20 minutes right behind me. It's going to be coming up. Basically, it's for sale. But I'm representing a buyer who wants to buy that house. Anyways, guys, if you want to sell your house, you need a professional stager. And I also want to tell you guys, you see I'm looking differently because I'm continuing this video 7 days after, or 9 days after. I started recording it because of the war situation in Ukraine and my parents and my brother and my cousins and all my relatives being there and their city being destroyed. So I took a break. Now I think I'm back to my senses and back to real estate. So how did that house get sold in Mahogany, guys? It's important to stage your home. Next part is being flexible with showings. So being there for your people who are coming to see the place and accommodating their schedule, letting them in when they are requesting, because some people, just like yourselves, they have a schedule and they're trying to see, let's say, as many homes as possible. What you don't want to happen is them skipping on your house because of your own schedule. Now, it is very difficult to do that yourself. To be frank with you, for me as a realtor, it's also difficult to be that kind of flexible to meet everyone at the house. That's why realtors have lockboxes. That's why we have that Sentry key. That's why I have a special software. I have access to the technology to let in other realtors without me being even there. So that's one of the reasons for you guys actually to consider having a realtor, because for realtors we have access to that technology. It's not free. That lockbox I paid about $150. I think monthly fees are like 60 something. So there are membership fees, association fees, and it's not free. So just to tell you guys that realtors, we pay for that flexibility. But if you're selling by yourself, you have to be flexible, very flexible. It's not an easy task. Next part to sell your home faster is to market it correctly. If you want to sell it fast, really fast, you have to have a certain marketing strategy. What realtors do, guys, do Google ads, realtors do Facebook advertisement, Instagram, YouTube, all those kind of things. Myself, I just put it on YouTube. So my audience of close to 150,000 subscribers can see it. And that's one of the ways how I advertise. Advertising is very crucial. You have to make sure it's out on the MLS. In the current age, you cannot sell your home. You can't get a proper exposure unless it's on the MLS. So what MLS is, that's where I also put the house. Basically, guys, it's a platform. It's like a database. It's like a service. Yeah, guys, so you have to put it on the MLS. Then that property would auto-populate into many websites. So it would be on realtor.ca, it would be at Calgary Homes, whatever websites you can find, it will be everywhere, on all those brokerages, everything, it will be all over the place. So even if you're doing a mere posting and you're hiring a realtor just to create an MLS for you, that's one of the things that you would have to do. And also, guys, if you're creating an MLS, keep in mind, for example, here in Calgary, you need to measure the house according to residential measurement standards. That's one of the things that realtors could do for you. Personally, I prefer to hire professionals with a liability insurance. Myself, I am not going to measure your house. The reason for that is that if there's one mistake, it could be tens of thousands of dollars for me. So I wouldn't do that to myself, when it actually costs around $100 to hire professional people to come and do it in 15 minutes. They would measure your entire house according to the RMS residential measuring standards. So it has to be that. And also make sure you hire a professional photographer. Oftentimes, those companies that do RMS, they would also provide you with the professional photography. I would significantly recommend getting 3D virtual tours with all the out-of-province buyers that are coming to Alberta right now. It's crucial. It's very good to have. Now, on the house that was sold in Mahogany, I didn't do that. But I did a virtual video tour. So I made a YouTube video where I went through the house with you guys and showed you around. So it's good as that. It's probably even better in the way than virtual tours, because you can actually see a person inside. So virtual tours, if you're not making a video, make sure you get a virtual tour, because it's very good. People would be able to go there and, without seeing the house, visualize how they would be there, and then they would just go in to verify what they saw. If it's right, they might just buy it. That's how you sell your home way faster. Professionally measured, professionally photographed, and staged, professionally cleaned, and house that you might be selling right now is good enough to be sold. All you need to do is not invent anything new, but just make it look better and make it would be desirable for others to buy. Enhance the best features and hide, conceal small things that doesn't make it look nice. And best option is, if they have that kind of furniture, just to even get rid of it. Keep it in the storage temporarily. Now guys, I was promising you on pricing. How do you price your house? That's a very good question, guys. Unfortunately, not every even real estate associates have enough experience to price the house correctly. It's not easy task, especially if you're selling your own home. How are you going to price it? Of course, you, just like me and everybody else, we want to get most out of our houses. But the correct way to price it is to do a proper CMA, it's comparative market analysis. So you would compare traditionally 3 months of sales or 90 days, what was sold in the area, what is currently for sale, what is pending, meaning conditionally sold, and you would look on all of the data. You would find a house that exactly very similar to yours. Then you would do some adjustments. You would play around with the numbers. You would say, okay, that house has a fireplace, this house doesn't have a fireplace. What would be the value of the fireplace if that house had it? So you start playing with the numbers. You start calculating bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, age of the house. You would be taking everything into the calculation. There is no specific science behind it. There is more part of it is the experience of dealing with real estate. Real estate, everything is supply and demand, and it goes in waves. It fluctuates not only yearly basis, monthly basis, even on day-to-day basis. It can fluctuate. There are bumps, there are hoops, and it goes like that. So how do you price your house correctly? Well, if you don't have access to the database of the houses that have been sold, like for example Calgary Real Estate Board has, then I have access to it. It would be very difficult unless you are on the market for the past 90 days and you're watching what's going on and you're inquiring and actively looking. If you don't have that kind of historical data, it's almost impossible. I would highly recommend getting a realtor to do that, because I've seen people already setting up the prices, they wouldn't get it right. And I want to tell you guys one thing, and this is, we gotta be serious. If you get a realtor to give you a price just so you can sell it by yourself, get a CMA from them, and then just to sell it by owner, that's really bad, guys. Can you imagine? You're taking advantage of a person who has done education, has the experience, spends time, comes and does the work for you, and then you don't pay that person and you sell it yourself. So don't do that. It costs money, it takes time to get the knowledge that we have as realtors and as real estate agents, as professionals. Now, what else you can do, guys? Well, fix small things, tiny little things, that small wall bumps, small holes, throw a little bit of paint. If the wall is fully beaten up, just repaint the entire thing if you can. If you can, just fix things. You don't want to be having loose doorknobs and things like that, cracked doors or something, like holes. Like, it's probably better if there is no door than a door with a huge hole in it, I would even say. So, like small things, small fixes. You're about to get tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars for your home. So, more likely hundreds of thousands. Couple of $1,000s in repairs could go a long way in terms of how much you will be getting for your house. So, small fixes, whatever you can do yourself. If you can do some paint job. Curb appeal is very important. If you have a really old and ugly door, you can try and paint it, try and fix it, make it look nice from the street. This curb appeal is very important when you are selling your house. Next part about it, guys, I would say that if you cannot fix most of the things by yourself, and if there's bad flooring, like disgusting, ugly, dirty carpets that you might have in a house, best option would be to rip them out, put new carpets, you know, upgrade the kitchen cabinets. You know, it might be expensive, but if it's too disgusting, you might be losing out on a lot of money. So a little bit of vinyl plank flooring is really good. Newer carpets are really good, fresh paint. So if you have some really old beaten up house, the biggest thing that you can change in order for you to gain most value, what's the biggest thing in the house? Guys, guess what it is? It's floor. You see it everywhere. So if you can make the floors look nice, immediately the perception of that house goes up. If you have an old beaten up house and you want to sell it for a better price, put a lipstick on it at least, you know, change the flooring, put new carpets, don't cheap out on the contract, don't hire those people who do a shitty job, because then it's not good. Whatever you did, just lost a lot of money. Don't cheap out on Kijiji. I mean, you know, get somebody who can do that. You know, upgrade a little bit of kitchen if that's like, if it's a really old property, make it look nice, and then it's going to sell for way more than you can get right now. And finally, guys, my final tip is get a good real estate agent. Somebody who is as cute looking as myself. Guys, I'm just joking with you. I don't absolutely think like that, but anyways, there's somebody walking behind me. There's somebody walking behind me and listening to all of this. Anyways, find somebody who is experienced and somebody you can build a connection with, you can build a relationship, and who can guide you through this process and help you with everything. So if you can do that, that would be really good. My suggestion for you guys is, of course, if you want me to help you out, my contacts would be in the description of this video. Once again, it's Igor Ryltsev with eXp Realty. I am licensed here in Alberta, Canada, and I'm Calgary based real estate agent. Anyways, guys, so I hope this video is helpful for you. If it is, let me know in the comments down below. Smash the like button, share it with your friends, and I'm gonna go and show that house now. Okay, I think that it's time for a showing. It's time to go inside. What's the time? Exactly 3 p.m. Okay, we can go in. Gotta call my client. Bye for now.